Namaskar, hello, thank you so much for joining me. My name is Pritha. I'm a doctor. I live in London and I'm originally from Kolkata. And in this channel, I speak about anything that interests me: fashion, makeup, travel, definitely, dance, lots and lots of dance. I am in Kolkata at the minute visiting family, so please excuse all the ambient noise that I'm sure you can hear. And I keep a separate makeup kit here so that I don't have to travel with my full box every now and then. I try to visit every 2 or 3 months at least. All the products that I use in India are actually homegrown Indian cruelty-free brands. So I thought I'll just come up with a couple of videos in which I highlight the kind of makeup that I do whilst I'm here and also speak a little bit about the product themselves. So today's video is about a day look that I usually do when I'm here. It is pretty simple and I start it with a sunscreen. So I have got oily acne prone skin and my skin color naturally is NC42. Now mind you, this is winter, this is February, and I arrived from London a week ago. So in winter, usually because I don't get as much sun exposure back in UK, my skin tends to become lighter. So just keep that in mind when you're trying to compare with your own skin tone. But otherwise, grossly, my skin color shade is NC42 of MAC. So I've got the Plum Sunscreen gel with green tea that I have been using. It does not feel oily. There is no white cast. I don't know how much of a sunscreen effect it really provides. I don't have any way of checking that, but it is a nice base to my makeup and it feels quite soothing on the skin. And I heard nice things about Plum as a brand, including the fact that their containers are all recyclable, and they also have like something like a return the containers scheme running. So the sunscreen is on. Next, I'll go to the foundation, and I've got Soultree Beauty Benefit Cream, and this one is in the shade B33, which is Rich Honey. Now, I purchased all of these online from Nykaa, and I tried to match the colors as much as I could, but two things. One is that despite the skin tones of Indian people being in such varied range, I feel a tad disappointed that Indian makeup brands have not really tried to be as inclusive, and sometimes I really struggle to find a shade that matches well with my own skin tone. So this is, in all honesty, I did not go to a store and get it matched by a store assistant or makeup expert, but this looks like a more yellower tone than I would have liked. Now this one you need to take only a little amount, because if you take a lot it becomes difficult to blend. It's quite creamy in consistency. It does last, and by and large I've got reasonably good skin, but it does complement my skin nicely. But I have to make sure that I'm taking a small amount and I don't go overexcited with it. What I do not like is the delivery system, you know, the pump. Sometimes I have to press it a few times before anything comes out. I'm not fond of this pump business. And apparently this also contains a bit of SPF, but it's not much sunny these days, and I will not be spending a lot of time outdoors, so this will do. So that's my base. Next I'll come to the concealer, and this is the Ruby's Organics concealer in C2 shade. This is described as a matte mousse. I'm not very fond of this mousse consistency, and this is really runny and creamy. And you know, I'm fairly good at finger blending, but with this I struggle to tap and blend. It just takes ages, and the color is also more yellowish than I would have liked. I don't know why people think that all Indians will have yellow undertones. Not just yellow undertones, very strong yellow undertones. Even if they can, you know, have a few neutral undertone shades that will be useful. I find it easier to blend this by just rubbing it on my skin rather than dabbing. The other thing that I've noted about this is that we have to be very careful about how much we are applying on the under eyes, because I know concealers have a habit of caking, but this one can really cake, and then you'll find wrinkles that you have never noticed before. Next, I'll come to my cheeks. I'm going to put a little bit of blush, and for this I have Dr. Earth lip and cheek tint in the shade Coffee Nude. I do like a nice lip and cheek tint. I prefer multifunctional makeups anyway, especially when I'm traveling. This one, the shade is nice, goes well with brown skin, and the concept is good, but it's very difficult to blend. I just feel it's too dry, even though I have oily skin and even though I had moisturized my skin before starting this whole makeup business, as I do routinely. We must always moisturize our skins before doing any kind of makeup. It makes the makeup stick much better and look much better. But even then, this feels really drying. Now nowadays I'm being a bit over dramatic with my blush than I normally do. The reason being that a part of the color comes off with the mask anyway. Just to add a flush of color to my cheeks, because as I said, winter in UK, even this brown face looks particularly pale and I don't like that look. I'll come to my lips later. I'm not going to use the lip and cheek tint for my lips. I'll tell you why later. But let's come to the eyes now. And for eyeshadow, I have Disguise Cosmetics Brown Cedar Shade Eyeshadow, Powder Eyeshadow in Satin Finish. This is the shade. It's a nice dark shade. I wanted something in brown, and I'm going to use my ring finger to apply as I usually do and blend it. The color is nice. It does blend well. In all honesty, I have not tried blending it with a brush. I have no idea how it's going to blend with a brush, but with a finger it works fine and it looks very good. The disadvantage is that it does not last long. After a few hours, I'm going to find like a light flush of brown on my eyelid with darker lines on the crease lines, but the rest of it will be gone. Okay, I'm just going to use my index finger to rub off the excess. There's no fallout, which is another good thing about this eyeshadow. Now coming to the kajal, which is the most important step of my makeup routine, and I'm going to use the brown kajal from Forest Essentials. They recently launched their makeup range a few months ago, or has it been a year already? And I wanted to try them out because I'm very fond of Forest Essentials skincare. So this one is a nice kajal. You don't need a sharpener because it retracts, and the color is nice. The staying power is reasonable, not brilliant, but it's fair enough. And the shade itself is brown. It's not the darkest brown you'll ever encounter, but even for my NC42 skin tone, it looks good. The last bit for the eyes, just a tad swipe of mascara, and I'll be using the Lakme Absolute Flutter Secrets Dramatic Eyes Mascara. I don't think they have any other shade choice, but this is black anyway. So I'm just going to quickly put a coat of the mascara on my lashes. Last but not the least, the lipstick. I said even though I had the option of using the same lip and cheek tint for my lips, I'm going to use a separate lipstick. This is from Just Herbs, and this one is in the shade 08 Margee, which is described as rose brown. When I looked at this, I thought it is sort of like a similar color to one of my favorite lipsticks. So my usual makeup brand is from Charlotte Tilbury. I absolutely love her products, and one of her favorite lipstick shades is Pillow Talk Medium, not the original one. I think it goes beautifully with my skin color, and this looked like a similar shade. I have very dry skin which keeps getting chapped no matter how much lip balm I use. But this one, in spite of being a mattifying product, it does glide well, it stays well, and it looks well. So I've been quite happy with this. I can also use this at night time really, because it's a darker shade than Pillow Talk Medium. So this is what I do for my day makeup when I'm in India. And the reason why I came up with this video is because I actually wanted to review these products. You guys already know how to do makeup, you don't need to learn it from me, but sometimes it's just easier if someone else gives their honest review before you actually spend your hard-earned money on them. So I hope you found this useful. There's also going to be an upcoming video on my night makeup using completely different products, all from Indian homegrown brands, all cruelty free, and some of them are vegan too. There's one thing that I need to mention, that's about my nail paint. So this one is also from Disguise Cosmetics, and this is in the shade 110, and the shade name is Marsala. This is a pink color, matches with my top. I have been very pleasantly surprised with this. It's a lovely nail paint, really. It is at par with some of the big nail paint brands that I've used abroad. It dries very quickly. That's very important to me because even though I love makeup, I don't like to spend a lot of time on my appearance. I need things to be quick, and I get impatient when I'm applying nail polish, so things always get a bit messy for me. But not with this one, because it dries very quickly. It stays for a long time. That is another very important thing for me, because I'm a bit OCD about cleanliness. Even before this whole pandemic business, I have been used to washing my hands a million times, and it takes literally, a drop of a hat for my nail paint to get chipped. But with this one, it stays for a long time, and I'm very impressed with its performance. So I hope you enjoyed this review. Please do subscribe or leave a like if you have found this useful, and stay with me for more such interesting future videos. Also, I've got an Instagram channel. I'm more active on Instagram, in fact, and I speak about so many other things, including Indian handloom. So if you are interested in handloom, I'm a very passionate collector, and I keep on talking about the different forms and the different arts and artisans, and I leave actual contact details of the artisans in my post, so you can get in touch with them and buy whatever you like. I hope to see you again. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.